I'm like, what technology today? So, uh, some of you know that I worked with Diana Cooper in the past, and I was like, I still want to meet my unicorn. I really want to meet my unicorn. And no, no unicorn, no unicorn, no, whatever. And then one day I went outside to my yard, and there was like literally a pile of white feathers sitting. As soon as I went outside, I'm like, oh hi. And where they just were there. It wasn't a bird. I mean, it was like you took a down pillow and you dumped the pillows, that just the feathers. It wasn't like a bird that gun killed. So that was really fascinating to me, that as soon as I let it go again, um, all of a sudden I walk out one day and there's a bunch of feathers, like a huge pile. So I think that's what I want to kind of instill with all of us, is to remember that when something isn't working or the way you want it to work on the magical realm, back off. Take a moment to regroup and readjust yourself, because things will come. They do happen. And that is a really, really beautiful thing. So, anyways, I kind of want to just check in with everyone. We're going to do the grounding practice. And then we're going to, I had a huge sesh with my guides this morning around 5 o'clock. They're like, wake up. Like, wake up. So they were there and they have a message for you. Okay. So that's kind of cool. But I want to check in with everyone and just see how each of you are doing. And if I'd like to know if there's specific things you'd like to work on as we move forward. Some of you have been here longer than others, so some of you've gotten some of these foundational practices, but we do them every day. I do them. I do my grounding every single day. We need it in the societies that we're living in right now, big time. So I'll start with Haley.
After we did the practice on Sunday, which she did a great job of leading us through a meditation. I had just like huge emotional movements after that. And it's not like I literally passed out right after for like 2 hours and then went to the store and then came back home and slept again. And I've been really tired all weekend. Um, but I would say for me is the thing that I want to work on the most would be sometimes I feel like I have a hard time not picking up how other people are feeling that day, and so it'll bleed into my space. And so I'll be nervous about something or like upset about something, but there's no source to mine. It's just that person that I'm around, which a lot of times is my partner. So that's what I would say.
Spiritual boundaries, we call that. Yeah.
And
Not
a
re-
couple,
yeah. Go ahead.
yeah, sorry. And a couple weeks ago, I was actually experiencing what it was like to have those boundaries, and I felt them up. And then I guess just like this past week or weekend, I feel like I've like slipped into that old self of like living in like letting other people's influence mine, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, we are human, right? We're not perfect, and we're not gonna. So we have. That's why there's a due diligence there to really protect yourself, and it doesn't harm anyone else. Boundaries are really powerful. Boundaries are one of our biggest lessons on this plane. And like when we do cord cutting ceremonies, it doesn't hurt the other person. It just gets them out of your energy field. And that's like really huge, and it's very, very healing too. So that's one part, and we'll do more of that. I'm going to teach you how to do these. I'm not going to just do them, right? This is for you all to learn how to do this. I will say on cord cutting is much easier though. It's more difficult to do it for yourself because there's usually an emotional attachment to the
mhm.
person. So it cord cutting always should involve another person to help you out, okay? Or you're helping them out. So boundaries, good. Okay, awesome. Thank you. That's perfect. So I'm writing this down because I want to keep a little file with everyone so that you're receiving what you deserve and what you desire. You know, this group is all about helping each other expand. Totally. All
Thank you.
right. Yeah, absolutely. How about Mona? What's going on for you, Mona?
Um, I'm learning to like do more things for myself without feeling guilty, like not not always being taking no not always like um having time or energy to take care of others and also like take care of myself in the first place. It's something I have to work on.
Yeah, we I light workers, the bringers of light here on this planet, have grown up as people pleasers. So we tend to, drop everything for other people to please them because energetically we've had traumas in our life, and so we figure if we help everyone else, everything will be okay. And the most important lesson that you can learn, which it looks like you're doing, is to take care of yourself first. First priority is you before anyone else. And that's boundaries. And so we'll keep working on that. And there's lots of techniques that I have. So yeah, thank you. Thank you for sharing. And if I feel a little undergrounded, it's just because I'm still coming off of a very tiring, massive work week. How about you, Marilyn?
Yeah, well, it's the same as the last 2, 3 weeks. Uh, Situation at home that's challenging, and really, really, really important to stay grounded, to stay centered, and get my nervous system to calm down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So it's a real challenge right now. This is great because these are all things that are so valuable from what you're saying. He's the nervous
I don't
system.
think it's great.
Yeah, well, my nervous system was fried by Sunday, right? I was, so I had to lay down, right? I had to completely check out, turn anything electronic off, right? Take a lot of deep breaths. There was no way I was doing yoga. I just laid there breathing. One thing I want to say is there's a good technique really quickly to do when your nervous system is really shot and you can't do the om, because and we'll do some ums today. That is so powerful. But like if you're somewhere like you're they can hear you through the bathroom, shake. Like seriously, just shake your body. Shake, 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 shake. And what it does is it releases the nervous system into relaxation. The vagus nerve immediately says, oh, ooh, okay. 1 minute, shake. I shake before I go to bed. I shake in the morning to start my day after I've done yoga. And it feels really good. And it also helps the lymphatic system work. So try shaking.
I've been doing that for the last few days. And when I was in the forest on Sunday, when there was nobody there, I kept shaking and now I know why.
There you go. Yeah, it's not a technique that people like talk about a lot, but it's very, very ancient practice, and so shaking is great. Just you you can feel really silly doing it, but it's totally great. Kundalini yoga, it's a big ancient practice of Kundalini yoga to shake it out, and that's shaking your nervous system out. So thank you for sharing. I do love that heart. How about you, Tasmia? If you can talk.
Yeah, I just hope that that was not too bad. Um, so in terms of, I just actually had to say, as far as how you were talking about angel numbers, I woke up to 555 today.
Metatron.
Yeah, it
Nice.
was, and what you were talking about also in terms of wanting something really hard and just kind of letting it surrender. I kind of woke up with that thought too. It was like, hey, let's just breathe into this. Um, and it's happening, so let's just slowly surrender, go with the ride. I think Sunday was amazing, and thank you guys all. I think we all helped each other. I don't know, Haley, like, it was awesome. Like a lot of, I was tired after too, but it was hugely healing. In terms of what, so Leonie mentioned, I'm gonna have two things. Leonie mentioned kind of rituals. She wanted to talk about rituals on Sunday, but we never got to it. I haven't really ventured in, like I like candles and stuff, but that's a world that I would love to talk about. Very foreign to me yet, but I'm very interested. While we were talking about shaking, it slipped my mind again. There was something else that came up in my head and I forgot now. But let's do with the rituals.
Thank you. Yeah, that's an important aspect. So, Leo.
Sorry, there's a bunch of people that still have. We have this doctor, and he does like tests for elderly people that have dementia, and he does like their driver's license tests. And he's been here all afternoon, so it's so cute. Like all these elderly people come in, and they ask the way. Anyway. Oh, what was the question again?
The question was, things that you really want to ground out in foundational magic, like things that would help you in your own practice, things that, boundaries. We've talked about boundaries and people pleasing and nervous system and ritual. And
I think like I've kind of reached a certain stage of being aware, like with the boundaries as well. I'm able to like come up with the boundaries, but I think the missing element a lot of the time still is like to trust myself, to be able that like I know which boundaries I need to set, but there's kind of a lack of trust in myself and like the whole universe, I guess. And most of the time that gets like proven right, but then still I know that I have to trust and that it's okay, but I really struggle with it still.
I got like a warm fuzzy when you were talking about the trust thing, because I think everyone here probably has that, right? Yeah, because we've been.
And it's like you've reached, and I know that almost like all of us at this point, we've all reached a stage of awareness where we see the patterns, we see like where we need to put up the boundaries, we recognize like what we're actually need to change. But it's just that final step that's almost the most frustrating part, I guess.
Yeah, in a way, I wouldn't even call it a step, because it's something that we have to almost rewire ourselves, because we weren't taught to trust ourselves growing up, right? We were indoctrinated, or at least, I mean, my age, I was indoctrinated just to trust your teacher, trust your principal, trust what your parents always said, all these. And
Trust
they
everyone but yourself,
trust
basically.
everyone but yourself. And what we learned is we just learned all their patterns and all of their, and so those things like around money, we could talk about a lot of that stuff, like money doesn't grow on trees, that kind of thing. So many people have scarcity issues because of that. So we have to reframe, and we have to like shed that, and shedding that is a process. It's just kind of, and trusting yourself and seeing the signs of trusting yourself. Those are the baby steps, right? We take, because oh my gosh, and so it's like it's a battle of the nervous system, right? Because the nervous system, will tell us, our intuition will tell us to trust ourselves, right? But then we're like, I don't know, you know, and so then we're like, you know, back and forth with it. And so like yesterday, I'm like, okay, I just saw this number. I'm going to try this, right? If it's going to work, it's going to work. It's not. So that's a great one. Thank you. Trusting yourself is super important. And that is part of everything that we're doing in the foundations of magic. Tasmia?
I just remember the other thing that I actually went.
Yeah.
And we were talking about the shaking and stuff, like reset wise, and like grounding practices for reset. But what I'm having a hard time with really is, you know, and it's kind of, I'm just exhausted. So for most of you, I think you know that I'm separated. I have my children most of the time. So when they're not around, which is like maybe a day or two, a day and a half, a week, I have a never-ending list of things that I need to do or things that I should be, you know, all that type of stuff.
Yep.
But I cannot, and I know a lot of it is like, this is my time to rest and emotion, you know, ground and reset and all that. But I also procrastinate a lot of that. And sometimes I find that I'm like, okay, I need to do this, but I don't have the energy. I'm just collapsing.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'll try to take a shower, I'll try to do things to regain that energy. But I'm wondering if there is like certain techniques and stuff. Like I've also noticed that sometimes I just have to sit and just like go where I'm meant to go.
Yeah.
And then I will gain some energy. But like I find that's what I really have a hard time with. And then maybe that's like then kind of the ego takes over, telling me, "Oh, I'm procrastinating. Oh, you should be productive." And I'm like, "Well, my body's just exhausted. Like I know I need to rest." But yeah, it's kind of just trying to figure out how to. Even though I know in like the bigger picture, you know, it doesn't really count. I do have to function in my reality. So where do I draw energy when I feel depleted? Basically it.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say you have to listen to your body first. Really. If you're exhausted, rest. Really, and this especially with all the energy happening in the world right now. Don't let society dictate that you have to be the perfect mom or you have to be the perfect, you know, person for yourself or anything. Rest when needed, if you can. I mean, I know you're a single mom, and that's really the first priority, okay? And then the second priority for you, which Mona was talking about, is finding time for yourself. Figuring out how to do this, right? You know, one evening a week or something. We'll talk more about that, but
yeah,
you know
I think I also needed that reassurance, like just rest.
Yeah. Yeah, you
because that's what I end up doing. I just say it all and
trust. Yeah,
and then I find that I do get the flow. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I really couldn't. I couldn't even lift my arm on Sunday. That's how exhausted I was. It was just beyond. Yeah, and eating all sorts of weird food all weekend. You know, that I don't normally eat. So I just trusted myself, right? And it wasn't until yesterday afternoon that I could actually really start moving around again. And that was okay. And luckily, I had the time and space to do it. But I planned it that way because I knew I'd be exhausted. So, yeah. No guilt. No guilt. As my French friend said, guilt. It is a useless emotion. Why is it a useless emotion? Because it makes us feel like crap. Every time we feel guilty about something, we're like, oh. It just pulls us down energetically, doesn't it? So let that go and just take care of your body when you need to, right? You know, totally. I'm going to Santa Fe today to get my whole body adjusted because I'm so out. My neck, I've had a low-grade headache for weeks now, but I haven't been able to get down there. So I'm going to take care of my body and eat some good food and then soak. So it's that, because I have a busy life too. And we have, I don't have the kids. Yeah. I mean, even my partner, he's like, I'm so exhausted because he didn't take time on Sunday. He went up and at the chalet. I worked all day Saturday afternoon cleaning the chalet. But he went back up and now he's like, So I listen to my body, right? All right. Anything else? Are we good there? All right. So I had a nice chat today with Isis and Yeshua and Mary Magdalene. Alessandra Pleiadians was there. Ooh, there was another woman there too. I haven't figured out who she is. She's new. So she wasn't talking, but it was really cool. So the message that came in, and this is very, very important message. So the polarity of the world is amping up right now. Haley is from America. I am. We know this. We've been living this for quite a while, right? This is, in Europe too. There's a lot of polarity going on with the immigrants and all that, right? Canada, your politics too. Right? So there's this massive polarity going on, right? You had dark and light, left and right. It's purposely being done. It's the 3D being pushed out, okay? It is that if you are here, it is because you're meant to be, because you are walking the path of a light worker. We call this the ground crew, okay? We are the ground crew here. We made the decision to incarnate on the planet to be the light in the moments of darkness. We're in it. We're moving rapidly out of it, right? Diana Cooper specifically talks about 2032 really breaking open into the golden new age. She only has like a team of 1,000. She works with so many beautiful entities. So what they said, and some of you that the ones that have worked with me and know me on a personal level here, is that it is incredibly important not to get caught up in the polarity, okay? To be a witness is fine, but to be caught in it is not a good thing. So the second part of the message is it is accelerating because it needs to be cleared. Okay. Second part of message is neutrality. Now, if you know me, you've heard me speak about being neutral. Neutral, quick story for people that don't know this. I studied with Tibetan masters for quite a long time when I was young. And they'd always be like, true nature, you have to be in your true nature. I'm like, well, Rinpoche, what's true nature? It's, just be, right? Well, then my reincarnated Kala Rinpoche came in and said, when I did a big Niguma practice with him, maybe 5 or 6 years ago, he said, it's all about neutrality, staying neutral. And I came home and I wrote the word down because English is a spell language. And Leo, this is going to be like a carousel. I got it. So, and true nature, the word neutral is in true nature. Okay. And I realized when that dawned on me, I was like, oh, okay. So what's really important with what we're seeing? I had hate messages. I haven't looked at my Instagram in days. I had hate messages sent my way for posting about the people that were killed in Minnesota by ICE. saying they were guilty, and they like the things they said to me that were like, I mean, I went block, boo boo boo. I was like, wow, that's really interesting. I'm still not gonna. I'm just going to keep speaking my mind. I'm going to keep speaking, because they're trying to suppress your freedom of speech. I mean, that's in our Constitution. So neutral. Neutral is really, really important for each and every one of you. It's where you stay really solid in your frequency. When the shit's hitting the fan, so to speak, all around you, you take a deep breath. You you feel your heart, you tap your heart. And you have to remember that there's illusions all around us. And these illusions can feel so real that they disturb our peace. So I just want you to take a deep breath. And I just want you to tap your heart. And feel that neutral place. Isis and Mary Magdalene, Yeshua, the dragons are here. They have made a circle of protection around us to just feel what neutrality feels like, safety, calmness. Tapping helps the nervous system, especially in the heart center. It's your thalamus gland, right? The higher heart. They're all sending us huge, beautiful, crystal clear light right now. Just feel that. Now, the third part of their message today is the 0 point. And just hold your heart for this moment. The 0 point is the point of creative consciousness, the unified field. This is a place where you were born, where your codex decided it needed to take form. This is no small task. You, dear ones, heard the clarion call of the earth and other planets on other timelines. And so you chose this moment in time to be the creative consciousness for others, to hold the light. If you could see yourself and the light that you hold, you would be astounded. The entire planet is currently lighting up with the awakening souls. You are the forerunners. You are the ground crew, as our vessel spoke. This is why, dear ones, it is so important to keep yourself grounded, to stay neutral in the illusions. For the relative reality that you are seeing is not the truth. This is where the trust of you comes in. Everything you spoke of this morning are the energies that will help you stay in a neutral place. The grounding, the boundaries, and the trust of self. It is not a coincidence that each one of you spoke this morning. This is a truth. So it is time, dear ones, to slough the chaos around you off of you, to come to your higher heart, tap when you need, om when you need, shake when you need, protect always. For the veils, are thinning. The message of love is coming very clearly to the earth. And it is time to rise in one voice. For love is not an emotion. Love is life. This earth was an experiment. And now that experiment is expiring. For each and every one of you holds that crystalline heart within you. And you, beautiful souls, are carrying us into the beautiful golden age, where love rules, where the heart speaks, where divinity shines, and where our wings fly. This is our message to you today. You are so dearly loved. I am Isis. I am your sister, your mother, and your daughter all at once. So it is, and it already is. So it is, so it is, so it is. All right. So we have two sides of us. We have an energetic, electrical side and a magnetic side. And I know some of you know this. So the electrical is the computer in our mind. The ego likes to control that part. The magnetic is our emotions. So you can, if you already know this practice, go ahead and ground and sit in that neutrality within this. So what we do is you feel your spine lengthen. Take a deep, deep breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to see the light from your mind spiraling down through your spine, through your root, and down through your feet. And you're going to visualize an electrical cord, for this is the electrical energy. This is the one that makes your mind spin and spin and spin. And we're going to move that electrical cord down through the floor, down through the earth, into the mantle. Just keep going with it. Your light body is carrying it. Just visualize yourself golden light. Down past the dragon lines, the ley lines. Down past the hollow earth where our friends are helping us from within. To that spark of light. Gaia's ancient temple. And we float down, down into this beautiful crystalline temple with that massive quartz crystal in the center, the axis of Earth itself. And take that electrical cord and plug it in to that island. And let that electrical current come down, 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 and be completely released from your body. And you will see the island take this electricity from your body, these thoughts, and absorb them and transmute them. You might see the grass of this island growing brighter greens, flowers might sprout, roses, daffodils, tulips. For Earth herself, Lady Gaia, she can take this. The Earth transmutes everything. She just waits for you to act. This is the first part. Now, in your body, you have emotional energy. This is the magnetic energy. Past traumas, the stress of getting to work in the morning, the stress of dis-ease in the body. All of this circulates within the cellular structure in this magnetic energy, and it gets magnified. And this is where your nervous system can go out of sync. So now I want you to visualize your spine, and that Kundalini energy is turning into a very beautiful serpent. It can be any color you want. And it has latched on to that electrical cord that is held all the way down into Lady Gaia. And the snake, the serpent, spirals down through the floor, around this electrical cord. Deeper and deeper it goes, past the ley lines, past the hollow earth. Just keep seeing it. It's this beautiful spiral. It's leaving your body, leaving you lighter, leaving you relaxed, leaving you in a state of neutrality, peace, calm. And as the serpent sees that spark, it speeds up, for it is ready to go home. And it spirals and spirals down into that island next to the massive quartz crystal. And just like the plug, it blends deep into the earth of this beautiful island, Lady Gaia's home, the heartbeat of Mother Earth. Just witness, releasing all of that tension, trauma, energy from your body, and giving it back to the earth. Feel your shoulders weighted, your hips weighted, your whole body size. And at the last moment, there's this beautiful flash of white light. And all that energy has been accepted by the Mother. You look around this beautiful crystal island, and you see fairies, and you hear their laughter. Beautiful butterflies, huge, of all colors, floating around all the flowers, the roses and daffodils and tulips, daisies, the grass, vermilion green, deep. There's such a deep sense of peace here. Just allow yourself to be in this moment. feel the neutrality, when you feel grounded. Lady Gaia stepped in. Her eyes sparkle like galaxies of blues and greens and flashes of stars. Her smile lights up the crystals. She walks towards you and she reaches for your hands and she holds you. She has a message just for you. Open your heart to her message. She is ancient, wise. And she is here to guide you. Take a moment. Om Shri Om Shri Shukra Om Shri Shakala Kushala Om Shri Om you are so dearly loved. This is a sanctuary for you at any time. My arms are always open to you. And I want you to know, dear lovely, lovely souls, you are not alone. You have an army of angels guiding you, protecting you. And when you doubt, you just come home. I will be here waiting for you, ready to embrace you when the world feels too much. You are safe in my arms. You are always safe. So it is. Take a slow, deep breath in. I want you to slowly come back and just feel the weight of your body. Wiggle your toes, maybe your fingers. Take your time, there's no rush. There is profundity in the practice of grounding. Move your spine a little bit and we all feeling a little softer. So this is a really powerful practice because we want to take that electricity and that magnetic energy and really ground it every day. When you know your electricity is going a little haywire, it's when your thoughts can't stop. When you know that your magnetic energy is taking over, your emotions are all over the place, you feel off, right? Your body, your nervous system. So this is the most important foundational practice you can do, and try to keep it into a routine. And if you don't do it one day, don't beat yourself up. But you can feel how it just softens you, right? I mean, I also just had a lot of energy in me with Isis. Yeah, man, Lady Gaia, she's just so special. She's been here since the beginning. She's from the 9th dimension. She loves humanity. And she really specifically said to each of you, when you need to feel safe, she's there. Everyone can channel. Everyone has the light language. Some people just are more open to it than others, right? But what's the whole point of this is so that you're open, that you can do this yourself. I'm just the guide. So, anyone want to say anything? That felt really good. I'm really like, okay, I gotta drive now 1.5 hours, but yeah, really beautiful. Thank you, each and every one of you. How you feeling? Marjolaine, how you feeling? Marilyn.
Yeah, you did right.
Okay. I was just like, Marilyn.
I really like the electrical cord going in the island. I noticed my head going shh.
Yeah.
It's like real electricity is in my head, and it was grounding in the island, and I went shh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Me too. I had a lot of electricity.
Yeah.
Haley?
It was really nice being there with the Mother of the Earth. It felt very just warm, and I got really, really sleepy. Like, I feel like that's when my nervous system just completely, just like leveled out. And I felt like I got a message, but I didn't hear it at that time. And I felt like she was saying, when you need this, you have this in you, right? And so that felt really amazing. I want to, you said we can go back there at any time. I want to practice just going there and sitting and just being in that space, because sometimes I will let, like you said, the either electrical side or the magnetic side. I'm more of on the magnetic side. Like, my emotions have normally ruled me, or other people's ruled me. So that felt really amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, anytime. And it is like the number one foundational practice to practice. Try to practice it if you can every day. Now, I took you through it slowly, right? We did it slowly. You could do this in 5 minutes, right? And just you see the electrical cord, you go there, or if you want to spend more time, um, it's up to you. Just always start your day with grounding. And then there's a little trick. You can say, I'm grounded until I visualize it again. And by saying that, you've created in your field that you will stay grounded until you come back to it.
I'm grounded until I visualize it again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or anything like that. You know what I mean? You just say, I'm grounded until next time. And that way you stay grounded. And it's telling yourself that you're telling all your cells, okay, we're grounded. So that's a really important part to do, because then the next morning you just do it again, and then you say, I'm grounded until the next time I do this, whatever,
Okay.
So, and it works. It's one of the foundationals. So I highly recommend doing that with it. Right. But again,
Oh, and
go ahead.
sorry.
No.
The unicorns have been coming up a lot for me. My mom brought it up the other day on how she always would imagine unicorns as a kid and stuff. And I used to find feathers all the time as a kid, everywhere, and I still do. Like on the days that I feel like maybe not that I need something, but just like when I'm softer and more gentle and just like in that more like liminal space, I find feathers, and I found goose feathers yesterday. So that was really, I didn't know that. I always kind of thought it was a gift from the elementals, just like me being with my rational brain, I would just jump to that. So that was really cool information.
Oh, good, because I was wondering why I was bringing it in.
Yeah,
So, because I mean, these sessions are totally channeled, right? They're just like,
yeah,
they came in, they knew what was going on. They wanted to, they had a lot to say today, and it felt so good for me to be able to be back in this space. I feel so much better. This is the work I love to do. This is what I'm here to do. So yeah, just we'll do more work with unicorns. Something you can actually do, because Lady Gaia loves the unicorns, right? You can go, when you go down there, you can ask Lady Gaia to guide you to your unicorn. You have a unicorn with you, okay? And they're incredible, right? Magnificent beings, and they have been allowed to come back. They're seventh dimension, and they have been allowed to come back to help us. So yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, you can absolutely start connecting with your unicorn.
Okay.
They're powerful. They're really beautiful, but they're gentle too. And oftentimes children will say, there's a unicorn there, mommy." Right? That's because there is a unicorn there, because they love to protect the children. They're very protectors of children.
Awesome. Beautiful.
Anyone else? Mona, how are you feeling before we jump off here?
I feel really held and like safe in my own body, and I don't have that often, so it feels amazing. Also, I felt when we started, I was in my head, there was a lot going on, and now the heaviness is like, it's Mother Gaia said to me, just leave it to me and let go. And yeah, I feel so light. It feels good. Yeah.
Oh, that's really beautiful. Yeah, and that's the way we should be, right? Tasmia, how are you feeling?
The grounding was amazing. I have to say, like, I align with everybody, but Marjorie, there was a moment I thought time and work, and I'm sitting here doing this, and then I opened my eyes and went, oh my God, I thought of you when you were talking about hugging a tree, like, surrounding. So being judged because we were talking about the things they were Marjorie said.
Yeah.
She was outside hugging a tree. What would people think? So I'm in here tapping my heart up. But I actually had a quick question. So in terms of the feathers,
Yeah.
They're huge. They have been huge for me even long before my awakening journey. I always thought they were angels. Are they actually unicorns?
Yeah, the white
Or is
feathers
it?
particularly are the unicorns. They like to douse you in white feathers. I mean, there was one time where I was just walking and a white feather I'm like, there's no bird up there and a like white feather. Yeah,
It was always. It was my first real starting sign. Always white feathers.
yeah,
I just
they're awesome.
and that was like years, and I just assumed they were angels. Just saying that they were
Well,
angels. I
they
mean,
are.
it's the same.
It's the same. They're all the same. They just have a different form, right? And there's a great. I think I might use that. There's a great, because especially if you live in Europe, you see unicorns on tapestries and all the old ancient, right? And in China, and I mean, why are we seeing unicorns and dragons? Well, because they're real. I mean, come on. And then the darkness wanted to, kill those. So, anyways, Leo, did you get a chance to, or were you busy with the office? I don't know if she can hear us. She might be busy. Boo boo. Can't talk, but it was nice to listen to. Okay. All right, ladies. So, anyways, I want to thank each and every one of you for being here today. And that's beautiful. Always call in your protective circle. Isis and Mary Magdalene and Yeshua, the dragons, the unicorns, they're all here for us. And, take that moment too when you're doing this grounding practice. You can create that circle of protection around you, right? They just came in, whoosh. They were like, ugh. And it was like they were linking the arms or wings. And so just take that to heart. And that's your earthwork until we meet again for the foundations. Last thing I will say, I did have the energy. So after I was all on business with Italian government, I'm finishing the activation for the crystalline heart, the 0 point for Neptune and Saturn that's meeting basically on the 14th or 15th of this month. So I channel it and I'm like reading what I wrote. I'm like, okay, that doesn't make any sense. So last night I worked about 3 hours on it, just trying to, so I'm on the last section. So we will be doing that because it's very important. Because this is ushering in the truth. And that's why we're seeing all the craziness around us. So just be aware of the illusions, be aware of the polarization, stay neutral, keep grounding. Okay, really, really use this practice. This is an important practice so that we can move on. The next one we'll talk about our boundaries and how we use those. But we will be doing this activation. Yeah.
Whenever, you don't have to let us know right now, but if you're able to communicate when you plan on doing the activation.
The what? I couldn't hear you. You cut out.
If you can kind of notify a little bit of ahead of time planning on doing that activation.
The activation, I'm going to figure that out so that it'll be on a weekend so that we can really focus. So it'll be something extra, or maybe because Leo carried that, maybe, we'll see. It's going to be soon. I just have to finish it. I'm going to try to finish it tomorrow when I come back. So, but yeah, I'm excited. It's one of those ones where it's like everything is just sparkling around it. So we'll get there. So each and every one of you, thank you so much for being you.
Asia,
Yeah, sure.
do you have perhaps 5 minutes to spare so I can share something? Yeah?
Yeah, sure. Okay.
Bye, ladies.
All right, everyone. Mwah, 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 mwah.
Bye.
I'll see you all soon. Ciao. All right, let me stop recording.